Hi, friend. I'm so glad you're here. You made it to this moment, and that's no small thing. Today, we're talking about something that feels impossible, countercultural, and sometimes even selfish when you're parenting a child with extra needs. Rest. This episode is called Permission to Pause. Rest is resistance. That might sound dramatic, but let's be honest. When you're parenting in survival mode, pausing can feel like quitting. Resting can feel like weakness. But what if it's neither? What if resting is actually an act of strength and even defiance? Let me tell you about the day I realized I'd stopped breathing deeply. It wasn't a crisis moment. No ambulance, no meltdown. Just an ordinary Tuesday morning. Lunch packed, shoes on the wrong feet, IEP paperwork on the kitchen counter, and a therapy appointment in 22 minutes. My child was having a hard time. Again. I was comforting, coaxing, managing, and masking all at once. And then I sat in the car, keys in hand, and couldn't remember how to start it. My body was still, but inside, I felt like I was disintegrating. That was the day I realized I hadn't paused in months. Not really, not without guilt. And I was breaking. For special needs parents, rest is not convenient. It's not built into our schedule. The school meetings don't pause. The behavior doesn't pause. The fight for services, the emotional vigilance, the sensory overwhelm, they keep going. So we do too. But rest isn't just a luxury. It's a biological and emotional necessity. Dr. Saundra Dalton Smith, in her research on the 7 types of rest, highlights that physical rest is just one piece of what we need. There's emotional rest, the kind that comes when you can cry without judgment. Sensory rest, when you get a break from the noise, the lights, the alerts. And creative rest, when you're inspired again, not just surviving. Parents like us need all of these, and when we don't pause, we deplete, not just our patience, but our presence. Imagine your nervous system like a backpack. Every demand, every meltdown, every small but constant alert adds a stone. You carry it because you love your child. But if you never set the backpack down, even for a minute, it's going to crush you. Rest is how we take the backpack off, even briefly, even if just mentally or emotionally. It doesn't mean the stones disappear. It means we get strong enough to carry them again. Our bodies were not designed for chronic activation. Parenting a neurodivergent or medically complex child often keeps us in sympathetic overdrive, the fight, flight, freeze state. We become used to it, but long-term this impacts our memory, sleep, digestion, and emotional regulation. Dr. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory explains that when we intentionally shift into a regulated state, even for a few seconds, we cue safety into our body. And in that safety, our system begins to heal. This is why short pauses matter. Micro rests, moments of stillness, breath. Rest doesn't have to mean naps or spa days. Sometimes rest is sitting in your car for 2 minutes with the music off, letting the laundry stay unfolded, saying no to the extra thing even if it's a good thing, watching something light and silly instead of something important, giving yourself permission to cry. Rest is anything that tells your body, you are safe now. You can stop for a moment. What if you gave yourself permission to pause, not when everything is done, but while it's still undone? What if you believe that rest isn't giving up? It's gearing up, because this parenting path, it is long, and no one can sprint the whole way. The work you do, day in and day out, is sacred and relentless, and still, you are allowed to pause, to breathe, to reclaim a moment for yourself. If you've been carrying the weight of believing that rest is something you have to earn, this is your reminder. You don't. Thank you for joining me today on the Polka Dot Parent Podcast. If today's message resonated, be sure to check out the podcast companion journal. You can download it for free at polkadotparent.org. You'll find the link in the show notes. And as you go forward, hold on to this truth. You don't have to burn yourself out to prove your love. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is pause and simply be. I'm pausing with you.